Trying to plan a trip to the Big Apple but feeling overwhelmed by the seemingly infinite number of things to do in America's largest city? Fear no longer, we've got you covered. At just under 9 million residents within its 5 boroughs and with nearly 19 million people living in the metropolitan area, New York is the United States' most populous city and attracts on average over 60 million visitors a year. It's safe to say that in a city so massive and grand, New York tourists have a fair reason to be overwhelmed by the city's sprawling network of subways, roads, bridges, and skyscrapers. But in a city so large, picking between where to go and what to see in your visit may prove to be just a difficult task. Today we'll be showcasing 15 awesome New York City destinations across the 5 boroughs so that your next trip to the Big Apple is jam-packed full of New York notables and iconic landmarks. Starting at number 15, Grand Central Terminal. Grand Central Terminal is a train station on 42nd and Park Avenue in Midtown Manhattan that features magnificent architecture, an array of shops and dining experiences, and an awe-inspiring central concourse with a distinct high ceiling. Whether you are taking a train to or from the station or not, the beauty inside and complex architecture make Grand Central well worth the visit no matter what. In fact, Grand Central is in the world's 10 most visited attractions, with almost 22 million visitors a year, not including those who are actually commuting or using the railways. Number 14, Coney Island. If you find yourself in Brooklyn, make your way south to the Amusement District, where the iconic Coney Island Amusement Park and Boardwalk sits along the ocean shore. The Coney Island Amusement Park stretches 3.5 miles along the sandy beach, so there is plenty of shopping, eating, amusement, and exploration to be had at this mystical attraction. It's historic, too, as the area has been in operation for well over 100 years. Additionally, events and spectacles and sights are always happening at Coney Island, including circuses, rides at Luna Park, and the famed Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. There's fun for everyone at Coney Island. At number 13, New York's cultural districts. With such a sizable population, New York undoubtedly has a diverse set of people within its borders, and much of this diversity is reflected in their cultural districts. Visiting all would take weeks, but here are a few notable ones to get you started. Little Italy, to start, is a 3-block-sized neighborhood in Lower Manhattan, featuring a variety of Italian cuisine and culture, and is known for being the locale of the Corleone family from the Godfather movie franchise. Just south of Little Italy is Chinatown, where the streets are packed full of vendors, stores, and impressive arrays of Chinese cuisine. Lastly, consider checking out Koreatown in mid-Manhattan, where barbecue and karaoke runs late into the night. Next up, number 12, the Bronx Zoo. The Bronx Zoo is the largest urban zoo in America, made up of 265 acres worth of exhibits, enclosures, and walkways. The zoo is situated in the massive Bronx Park and houses a wide variety of animals from countries across the world. Considering the size and wide variety of wildlife to be observed here, it's easy to find yourself lost in this safari-like maze in the middle of the Bronx. The zoo is also highly historic, as it was founded in 1899 and is one of the oldest and most prominent in the country. Number 11, the Staten Island Ferry and Snug Harbor Cultural Center. Staten Island is New York's most isolated borough and therefore its least visited. If you're looking to avoid the touristy crowds, then consider taking the beautiful ride on the Staten Island Ferry to Snug Harbor. This ride will grant you magnificent views of Manhattan and Long Island and will drop you off right near the Snug Harbor Cultural Center. This center features numerous historical buildings and a large botanical garden where architectural styles and plant life from around the world can be found. There's no better place to explore a park and relax in a Chinese-style temple than at Snug Harbor. Number 10, Dumbo. Dumbo, short for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass, is an upscale shopping, boutique, and cultural neighborhood in Brooklyn. As implied by the name, this area is underneath the Manhattan Bridge connecting Brooklyn to Manhattan. This area consists of boutique shopping, high-end restaurants, and upscale performances and galleries. St. Anne's Warehouse is often considered the epicenter of Dumbo's galleries and performances, and furthermore, Dumbo's picturesque oceanfront location allows for fantastic views of Manhattan. If none of that is up to your speed, consider riding the historic Jane's Carousel on the oceanfront. Number 9, Times Square. Times Square is a quintessential Big Apple destination. The plaza is located in the heart of Midtown Manhattan, close by to the Rockefeller Center, and features bright lights, flashy ads, tons of people, shops and stores, and plenty of opportunities to be awestruck. The plaza is centered around New York's Theater District and therefore has plenty of flashy and eye-catching signage showing what plays are featured on Broadway that evening. This iconic area is home to hundreds of different attractions, and it showcases the hustle and bustle of New York living to a T. Number 8. Museums. New York City is considered to be one of the most important cultural hubs in the entire world, and the city's rich spread of museums certainly showcases the city's culture. The city has hundreds of museums to explore, but here are a few notable ones for some main categories. For art fans, consider checking out the Museum of Modern Art, or MoMA, for some modern classics. Marvel in Frank Lloyd Wright's architecture at the Guggenheim Museum, or check out the Met, which is the largest art museum in the U.S. And for those interested in history, the Museum of Natural History bordering Central Park features a wide variety of natural curiosities. Number 7. The New York Botanical Gardens. Yet another sprawling and historic institution in New York, City Green Spaces is the city's botanical gardens. Formed in 1891, the gardens today consist of over 1 million plants across roughly 250 acres. The gardens feature a wide variety of plants, which are housed in 50 different exhibits or gardens across the entire park. The botanical gardens are located in the Bronx Park, occupying much of the north side of the park, whereas the Bronx Zoo takes up the southern position. Enjoy a lovely park day while embracing the beautiful sights, smells, and serenity in the NYC Botanical Gardens. Number 6. Bagels. Bagels are an important institution in New York City, and most New Yorkers will likely have plenty of ideas on where their proclaimed best bagel is in the city. So it's safe to say that no trip to New York City is complete without trying out a bagel. But where should you visit in a sea of bagel shops? While it's hard to go wrong with most bagels in New York, we have a few particular recommendations for you that will knock your taste buds into euphoria. S.A. Bagel, Absolute Bagels, Bo's Bagels, and Bagel Oasis. Number 5. St. Patrick's Cathedral. Located not too far from Times Square, St. Patrick's Cathedral is a neo-Gothic-style Roman Catholic church featuring high ceilings, detailed and ornate exterior architecture, and beautiful arts and sculptures on the inside. The church welcomes visitors to freely stand in awe at the interior beauty and also offers guided tours for those looking to learn more about the large church and its history. At capacity, the church can house almost 2,500 people and also features a crypt below. Although if you plan on visiting, plan accordingly. Service happens regularly at this location. Number 4. Flushing Meadows Park. Flushing Meadows Park is a massive park in Queens. The park represents and houses iconic Queens cultural landmarks and venues and has previously hosted 2 World's Fairs. Some of the iconic establishments in New York's 4th largest park include the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center, home of the U.S. Open, the New York Hall of Science, Citi Field, home of the New York Mets, and the New York City Pavilion. The pavilion houses a metallic globe structure known as the Unisphere, which was constructed for the 1964 World's Fair as a symbol of peace through understanding. It's safe to say that any trip to Queens should be highlighted by a visit to the Flushing Meadows Park. Number 3. Central Park. Central Park is often one of the first places that come to mind when we think of New York City, and for good reason. This huge park spans 840 acres and is jam-packed with attractions and iconic places to last days of exploration. Within the park, there are countless walking paths throughout bridges, forests, and fields, a zoo called the Central Park Zoo, multiple gardens, a castle known as the Belvedere Castle, and so much more. Consider hitching a ride on horseback carriage, renting a bike, or simply just taking a long stroll as you explore New York's 5th largest green space. Number 2. The World Trade Center Memorial. The World Trade Center Memorial and Museum is an impactful and important destination for NYC visitors to visit. Located in Lower Manhattan, the memorial showcases the names of all those that were lost in the tragedy of 9/11, with a shallow fountain displaying them in squares where the Twin Towers once stood. Additionally, the Memorial Museum for the event showcases artifacts and stories from the tragedy and further educates us all on the events that occurred. Number 1. The Statue of Liberty. Perhaps New York's most recognizable symbol, Lady Liberty is a 305-foot-tall monument standing atop Ellis Island. The statue, which was completed in 1886, has stood proudly in New York's waterways since, showing off the American spirit of hope and opportunity for all. Visitors to the statue can be brought all the way to the torch raised by Lady Liberty, showing off incredible views of the New York skyline. Additionally, Ellis Island, on which she stands, is an important destination in U.S. immigration history as it was used as the main entrance hub into the United States for decades. There's a ton of incredible adventure to be had in New York City, and we hope that any trip planning anxiety you may have about planning your next trip to the Big Apple has been made much easier than before. Enjoy the sights on your next trip to New York and immerse yourself in the city that never sleeps.